Very good morning, students. For this lecturing video session, I have come up with a question from 4th unit, that is nothing but sections of solids. The first chapter of the 4th unit, isn't it? Let me just read out the question and make you understand what has been asked and what needs to be drawn. A square prism of side of base 30 mm and axis 60 mm long rests with its base on HP and one of its rectangular faces is inclined at 30 degree to VP. A section plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined at 60 degree to HP. Cuts the axis of the prism at a point 20 mm from its top end. Draw the sectional top view and true shape of the section. So let me just take down the given data first. Here the object is a square prism. So the object is a square prism. Square prism of side 30 mm. Of side 30 mm. 30. And axis 60 mm long, which is nothing but the axis height or the altitude of the axis or length of the axis or height of the axis, right? So AH, which is nothing but axis height, is 60 mm. Rests with base on HP. So how it is resting? With its base. So resting where? Where it is resting? Resting on HP, right? Resting on HP with its base, with its base on HP, and one of its rectangular faces is inclined 30 degree to VP. That means one of its rectangular face is inclined. So inclined to VP. What is inclined? One of its rectangular face, isn't it? So one of its rectangular face is inclined. Rectangular face is inclined at 30 degree. At 30 degree. A section plane or cutting plane. The other name of the section plane is cutting plane, right? The section plane is perpendicular to VP. That is, section plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. The inclination is 60 degree. Say I have taught you 5 different positions of the section plane or cutting plane in the introduction video, isn't it? So this is one of the condition where the section plane or cutting plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP, isn't it? And cuts the axis of the prism at a point 20 mm from its top end. That is, that section plane which cuts the axis of the prism at 20 mm from the top. 20 mm from the top on the axis, right? Draw its sectional top view and true shape of the section. Fine. So first what I have to do is allow to draw the XY line. Draw the XY line. So here the true shape of the section needs to be drawn. Therefore, you will have to plan it accordingly. The drawing sheet will have to plan it accordingly. Here, I am going to draw the diagram in this manner. So, XY, the reference line, above it's VP and below is HP. See, here the object is a square prism. Is a square prism. The front or the top face and the bottom face of square shape of equal shape and size, right? So the prism is defined according to the base of the prism, the base on the size of the prism. Here it's a square shape, the top and the bottom faces, right? These are rectangular faces. How it is resting? It's resting on HP with its base. Well enough. This is how it is resting. But one more condition is there. Look at here. It is inclined to VP, that is rectangular face is inclined. One of its rectangular face. What is rectangular face? This is the rectangular face. And that should be 30 degree inclined to VP. So if I tilt in this manner, look at here, it is making some inclination with VP, right? It is making this rectangular face is making some inclination with VP, that is 30 degree. This is how this object is being placed. And the section plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP at 60 degree. That too, it is passing 20 mm from the top of its end. So take 20 mm from the top of the face here. Assume 20 mm is somewhere here. Now, the section plane is how the position could be. It could be in this position. Now, this says this section plane is inclined to HP and perpendicular to the VP. So, this is how the cutting is going to come. This is how the cutting should be. Right? It cuts the top face and the longer edges in this manner. So, this is what I am going to cover it up in this drawing. First, I have to draw the true shape. So, since the object is been resting on the HP, definitely you will see the square shape on HP. So, first thing I have to draw the true shape on the HP. But the rectangular face is inclined at 30 degrees. So, therefore, choose a point somewhere here and keep her protected in this manner. Keep her protected in this manner. Now, take 30 degree from the horizontal line. So, 30 is somewhere here. Draw a thin line. Draw a thin line. So, this is something like this, 30 degree. Got it? Now, so what is the side of the prism? Which is the base side is 30 mm. Now, choose a point here and take 30 mm, something like this. The square, if you draw a square, all the corners of 90 degree, all the corners of 90 degree, isn't it? So, keep your protected in this manner and choose 90 degree and draw a line. Similarly, keep it at the other end and 30 degree, right? Sorry, keep in this manner and choose 90 degree and draw a line in this manner. Now, take 30 mm and cut an arc here, and from here take 30 mm, cut an arc. Now connect this. Now connect this. Something like this. So now erase off all the unwanted lines. So as far as sections of solid is concerned, you should not darken the outline initially, because we are going to use the section plane or cutting plane to cut the object. Therefore, we don't know which would be the object line or which would be the invisible things, right? So that means the removed portion which cannot be seen, that would be removed. So first you draw a thin line for all the things. So as being the prism, you have two faces, the top face and the bottom faces. So top face, let me just give the naming A, B, C, D, and the bottom face or base I am going to give P, Q, R, S, because those are invisible. That's the reason I am just capturing within the bracket. Is it clear? Now I need to draw the axis. I'll have to locate the axis. How that is possible? By connecting the diagonals or the midpoint. Take midpoint of this and midpoint of this, just connect it. So the axis is somewhere here. The axis is somewhere here. Clear? So now extend this line vertically upwards. Extend this vertically upwards. Everything vertically upwards. The axis is something like this. Right. So axis need to be specified. Long line dot long line, isn't it? So long line dot long line dot long line dot long line dot long line. What is the axis height here? The axis height is 60 mm, isn't it? Axis height is 60 mm. From the reference line, take 60 mm and cut an arc. Cut an arc. So this is where the object is going to visible up to here. So don't draw anything dark, see, as being sections or solids, right? So because we don't know where the cutting plane is going to cut the object and what would be the remain portion and what would be the removed portion, we are not aware unless it is been cut. And let me just give the naming for this, right? When you just look at from here, A, B, C are visible, right? This is how the object is. When you just look at from the front, A, B, C are visible, that will go above. So A is visible, B is visible and C is visible. What about D? D is behind it. So therefore it won't be visible. So when the longer edge is not visible, so how this needs to be captured? With dot line or dash line, isn't it? It needs to be marked as dotted line. Correct. And let me just mark the bottom bases, that is PQRS, right? So when you just look at from here, PQ, R are visible, isn't it? So P is visible, Q is visible and R is visible. What about S? S is invisible, isn't it? So S can be captured within the bracket. So this is the projection, that is the top view and the front view has been drawn based on the condition, that is the rectangular face is inclined 30 degree and the object is resting on HP and axis height of 60 mm and side of 30 mm. This is the case. Now the condition comes here, the section plane or cutting plane is used to cut the object. The object is being placed in this manner, the rectangular face is making 30 degree with VP. Now the section plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. This is how the position. Look at here, the axis of the prism 20 mm from the top. So from the top of the face below on the axis 20 mm take and cut this axis, cut the object in this manner. This is what I am just going to do. And the cutting plane should be represented long line dot, long line dot, long line, and both the end should be widened. Both the ends should be widened. This is how the cutting plane should be represented. Now take 20 mm on the axis from the top, cut and line R. Now if you want to just draw a thin horizontal line, keep your protractor in this manner, keep your protractor in this manner. Now take 60 degree because the section plane or cutting plane is inclined to HP at 60 degree. So take 60 degree. So 45 would be something here. So this could be 60. Now draw a line passing through this point, that is 20 mm from the top. This is the point, right? So draw a line passing through that, right? So now if you cut this object in this manner, this would be the top. Above the cutting plane is the removed portion and the below the cutting plane is the remained portion. So the remained portion needs to be drawn as dark, right? So let me just draw the rest of that is the remained portion as dark, So rest everything should be as thin line because this portion is being removed, isn't it? So this remained portion should be drawn as dark line. Got it? So when the cutting plane is used, I have told you to represent with this representation, that is dot and the widen line, and similarly here dot and the widen. That represents the cutting plane is used to cut this object. This is nothing but the square prism, isn't it? So this is in question. And the object is in this manner, right? It is been cut by using the cutting plane, and when the cut is made, new edges or corners have been formed. So that needs to be marked here. So as far as this is concerned, this is corner, so only one longer edge will be there, isn't it? So therefore, let me just mention this as one dash, the newly formed edge or corner as 1 dash. So when you talk about this one, this is invisible, right? This is behind. So because it's a dotted line, therefore let me just leave a bracket that needs to be specified, that is invisible, isn't it? That is behind the object. Then what about this one? PQ. Here PQ one longer edge is there. Therefore that is formed one edge. So this can be denoted as 2 dash. See, as far as here, this is the top face, right? Top face. So top face, if you cut it, the edges formed. So one edge here, the other edge is here. Therefore, two would be 2 edges formed. One is visible, the other one is invisible. So the visible should be drawn, marked as 3 dash, and the behind that is marked as 4 dash within the bracket. And any other invisible that is behind thing, here it is, that is 5 dash. So when the cutting plane is used to cut the object, 5 new points being formed here. The corners are formed. So namely 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. See, out of the 5, 4 dash and 5 dash are behind. So which is not visible. That's the reason I have captured within the bracket. Now in the question it is asked, sectional top view is being asked. So how that can be done? So let me just project all the points here. So let me just project it here. This could be 1. Let me just project this one. This is on SD. So therefore this is the point. This could be 5. Let me just drop this line. This is on PQ. This is on PQ. So this is terminating here. That is nothing but 2. Let me just drop this line vertically down. Vertically down. It is intersecting between, look at here, QR or BC, whatever. So that visible could be, that is BC, visible could be 3. And between C and D, the other end, that is invisible, that is 4. This could be 4. And these are remain portions, right? So I need to darken the outer edges, that is the object lines, in this manner. And up to here only the object is being sectioned. So this balance portion is not being sectioned. How the section line need to be drawn? I taught you that. Suppose the object is in this manner. So it is, here it is inclined, isn't it? So the object is in this manner. This portion alone is not been sectioned. So the section portion needs to be drawn with hatch lines of 45 degree, and the gap between 2 lines should be 1 to 3 mm. The hatching should be 45 degree with horizontal, right? So this should be very thin. If you want, you can just erase off the unwanted lines. Now with a gap of 3 mm, 1 to 3 mm, draw 45 degree inclination line. Draw. This is the sectional top view of this object. Up to here only you will have to just do it, because beyond this object is not being sectioned. So when you just do the hatching line, you will have to be very careful. So this is the sectional top view for this object. Now I need to draw the true shape of the section. That means this particular cutting plane is cut at 60 degree, right? Now I need to look at the object perpendicular to this, perpendicular to the section plane. That means 90 degree with this section plane. If I look at that object, I could see a shape. That is the true shape of the section. For which what I have to do is, I have to create a new reference line for that. I have to create a new reference line, XY, right? I have to draw a parallel line to the sectional plane. So draw a parallel line to this section. This parallel line should not intersect the existing drawing. If you draw a parallel line to the section which has been used, that is 60 degree, right? So now this is x1 and this is y1. This is a new reference line. When I just look at the object 90 degree, so I need to draw 90 degree lines from each newly created corners or edges. So 90 degree line from here. Extend this from each and every newly formed edges or the corners. I extended. This should be 90 degree. This should be 90 degree. This should be 90 degree. Should be 90 degree. Clear? Now what I have to do is, I have to transform some information from the sectional top view to the true shape of the section. So this is the new, the old reference line. This is the new reference line, right? Now measuring it from the reference line to the newly formed corners, that is from reference line to 1. Take the measurement in your compass, and where it is intersecting, here, look at here, here it is intersecting on the newly formed reference line. So you have measured from the reference line to 1. So from here, cut an arc. This is the newly formed one. You have given the marking 1 dash. In order to differentiate, you just put 1 double dash. Clear? Now the second point, that is fifth point here, from the reference line to the fifth point, take that measurement in your compass and just look at here where it is goes. Here it comes here. This is the reference line and you have already measured here, cut the arc here. This could be 5 double dash. Clear? Now let's move to the next point. From the reference line to the 2, take that measurement. From the reference to 2 and look at here where it goes. Yeah, it comes here. Keep it here and cut an arc here. This could be 2 double dash. Measure it from the reference line to 2 and look at here where it goes. It goes here, and from the reference line, newly create a reference line and cut an arc here. Next, move to point number 3 and 4. From the reference line, stretch your compass to point 3, measure it here and look at here where it goes. It goes here, and this is a newly created the reference line, cut an arc here. So, sorry, this is 3, right? So somewhere here. This could be 3 double dash. Right. Now from the reference line to the 4, measure it and see where it goes. This is a newly reference line, the created line, and cut an arc. This could be 4 double dash. When you look at the object orthogonally to the cutting plane angle, you could see the true shape of the section. Now I am going to connect the section. That means 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 1. When you look at from the top, you could see this sectional view. That is a top view. That is sectional top view. When you look at 90 degree to the cutting plane, you could see the true shape of the section. So when it is section, you will have to do the hatching lines, right? You will have to mark the section lines or hatching line. That should be 45 degree. So do it with the interval of 1 to 3 mm gap. 1 to 3 mm gap. Do it. So your object line is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 1. This is the true shape of the section. This is the sectional top view. So with this, I have completed the required views. That is 2D object I have drawn, isn't it? And sectional top view and the true shape of the section. Next, what I have to do? I have to mark the dimensioning here. So here, the square prism of side 30. So let me just extend this line here and mark it over here. And I need to specify above this, so 30 mm. and the axis height is 60 mm. I have sufficient space in the right hand side. So let me just extend this and draw a line. And the axis height is 60 mm. You need to specify the dimension above the dimensioning line, that is 60 mm. Right. Next, the rectangular face is 30 degree to VP. So this needs to be specified. This is 30 degree. This is 30 degree. 30 degree. Next, I need to specify the cutting plane angle, which is 60 degree with HP. So either I can mention it over here or extend this and draw a horizontal line. That should be, this horizontal line should be parallel to the reference line. You can specify it over here. So this is 60 degree. Either you can specify it here if you have sufficient space here, and you just extend it and you can just mark 60 degree here. Since I don't have much space available here, that's the reason I have extended the cutting plane angle and draw a horizontal line which is parallel to the reference line and mark the 60 degree. So with this, I have completed all the required drawings and the dimension here. Next, on the right bottom of the drawing, you have to specify the all dimensions are in mm with a guideline of 5 mm height. All dimensions are in mm. Mm should be lowercase, that is small letter. If required, you can just mention the scale, the scale which is used. As such, I have not changed any dimension. Whatever dimension mentioned here, I have transformed here. Therefore, the scale should be 1:1. That is true scale. If you want, you can just mention it. So you have to be very careful to read out the question and extract as much as information. Then form the drawing, that is 2D, the top view and the front view. Then where the section plane is used, that you have to draw it clearly. Then the sectional top view as well as the true shape needs to be drawn. Hope you have all understood how to construct this or how to draw the projections of this particular chapter, that is sections of solid. Thank you.